same. Everybody want to know my name. Yeah, here comes the glass road. Yeah, here comes the glass road.
My understanding is that the price of a lot of things in Europe have gotten out of control, and that's kind of why Emmanuel Macron faced such a difficult challenge, because everyone thinks that they need to be close to Vladimir Putin, and then their fuel prices will get lower. Like maybe if you just invaded Ukraine with them, then you won't have to pay so much for fuel, and then the prices of everything will go down. And my understanding is that Emmanuel Macron faced a serious challenge, and a lot of people have had a problem with Macron for a while. Macron. I need to learn how to say his name. If I'm going to move to Europe, I have to learn how to say Macron's name. A long time ago, I said that Emmanuel Macron tried to kill everyone in San Antonio. Him and the French were trying to kill the military leadership in San Antonio and the rest of the people in San Antonio by poisoning the water supply. Do I believe that happened? No. Do I think that I was lied to? Yes. Do I think that lies like that are complete bullshit? I think that's one of those lies that's like absolutely bullshit. So, Emmanuel Macron has a problem with the drugs. And the problem with the drugs has a connection to his economy, because Emmanuel Macron has a theory of economics based on people who are very serious economists, and I think that no one should underestimate the European economists. They know how economics work, and sometimes you can do social spending programs that seem like they're very expensive and that they ruin your country's finances. And really they don't. It's other things that ruin your finances, everyone doing Molly and all these banks laundering money and that affecting the foreign currency trade. So all I'm saying is that I understand why Macron has had a problem with me in the past, and I think that now that I have disavowed myself of the drug trafficking, I might be able to go to everywhere in Europe, because I've always dreamt of going to Europe. When I went to Europe, I was too broke. So my family has no money. I didn't even have food when I was in London. I was at the airport for 24 hours. I didn't even get to see England at all. It was my first time in Europe, and I've only been in the Heathrow Airport for 24 hours. That's I've driven across London in a bus from airport to airport. So I've driven and I've been to England, but I've never been to England. So I've always wanted to go to Europe, and because of my life, I reached a point where I can never go to Europe. The only countries I've ever been to, countries that everyone's afraid of. I've been to Mexico. I used to live there. I've lived in Egypt. I've been to Israel. I have been nowhere, and so. I've always wanted to go to Europe. Now, I feel like I'm going to be able to go to Europe once my problems are dealt with, and I don't know how long that's going to take. So, say that I move to Europe, and I have settled in Italy, and I am living in Naples, because don't they farm in Naples a lot? I don't even know. I'm not living in Naples. I'm living on a yacht in Venice. That's just how it's going to be. But say that I have I'm sitting there going, okay, no one's going to nuclear war. Everyone's singing Kumbaya. They're growing saltwater rice together, and no one hates each other anymore. NATO is no longer the scariest group of people in the room. By the way, the American government is so convinced that everyone's afraid of Russia, but no one gets that people are afraid of the American government. Especially because of this COVID-19 thing, but also because of NATO tends to be the aggressor. So you got two groups of people that you have to worry about being aggressive. You have the Russian government, which I don't think the Chinese are involved with the actual offensive. It seems like they're just kind of going, I'm going to stay friends with you. And then you have the American government, which is getting all of its NATO allies to be violent and aggressive. So the whole world looks at both of these governments and goes, okay, everyone's scary. And so say that I reach a point that I go, okay, I don't feel like everyone's so scary. I feel like we're kind of making technological progress. I'm going to stop living on my yacht and trying to figure out how to grow water with no fresh water, or grow food with no fresh water. That's kind of what I'm thinking is I'm going to go live on a yacht and try to figure out how to grow food with no fresh water. And I'm going to do botany research, and someone's gonna come up to me in Italy and go, "Hey, we actually have legal marijuana. Like, I heard you are actually really good at growing. I kind of want to go into the marijuana business. I have a lot of land where we can grow weed. Can I grow weed for you?" And I'll probably go, "Well, I don't know. Like, I sure said I was not gonna have farms," and then they'd say, "Well, you wouldn't have farms. I'd have farms, and I promise, like, I've never been involved with drug trafficking, and like no one will ever like doubt that I am not involved with drug trafficking. I am a legal person from Italy that wants to grow marijuana. Like, can you grow marijuana with me?" And I'd say, like, so I'd be your breeder, and then you guys would have like the stores and stuff. And they'd say, "Well, yeah." And I'd say, "Well, can we sell seeds?" And they'd say, you want to have a seed company, is what you're saying. You said you wouldn't have a seed company on Instagram once, back when you were getting in-house genetics plants. And yeah, that's true. I did say I wasn't gonna have a seed company, and that was, I think, when I was trying to get Bubble Yum, which is bubblegum pancakes, and now I'm not gonna breed their plants. Like, I'm gonna have their seeds, but like I'm not intending on breeding down that line at all. Like, I am like 100% certain that I do not need like the strongest weed ever. I just need the bombest tasting weed that's hitting in the 20s. Like, I'm convinced, like, I have loved Grape Ape for that long, and I know how strong Grape Ape is, and I know that I am that good at growing that, like, if I'm hitting in the even like 22% range as a serious grower, like, my weed is the shit. And like, all I'm saying is that, like, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I was actually talking about like why I can have a seed company, and it's because I'm not gonna be breeding in-house genetics plants, and I'm not going for butter. Like, so I have like. So I've opened up some badass Rolex, and does it stink like butter? I have a few plants that smell like Nanitro. It's like weird how like you will hit a plant that smells like Nanitro and you're like, oh shit. But then I have a Nanitro plant that smells sweet. Like, it's gonna be like the bombest OG of all time. Like, the one that yielded the most, that's the one that's like really good smelling. And so I have taken notes on the phenotypes, and I will compare the smells to the phenotypes after they've cured. But like, all I'm saying is that, like, I'm hitting butter with, but it's like puke butter, like with badass Rolex. I'm hitting puke butter with Nanitro. Bubblegum pancakes I haven't tried to hit butter with. Like, I had this whole thing before. I want to grow like the strongest weed ever, and I'm gonna be like in-house genetics or like Lowell Farms with their 30%ers, and I'm gonna grow such good weed. And like, now I don't give a shit. Like, really, like, I'm perfectly happy with the strains I have that do not include like going for the previous breeding project I was going for, which was like this, going for extreme potency. So would I sell seeds? I think I'd sell these seeds. So I think I would take this plant, which is Diesel OG Kush Blueberry. That's what I would call it. And I would breed it in a way that's Diesel OG Kush Blueberry. It might even yield a little more than that, and it would be a very not like hermaphrodite type plant, and you could breed with it yourself. Because I understand that, like, when I'm moving to Europe, I'm moving to a place that probably is a little more crowded in the United States a lot of the time. Like, that's what it seems like when I'm reading about Venice. And I think that, like, people that live in crowded places have trouble, like, affording certain things. And so, like, if I'm going to sell you plants, I want to sell you this plant. Like, this is Star Spangled Banner. Mine won't be called Star Spangled Banner. Like, but like, it's a plant that I am very happy with. Like, I'm happy with this cola right here. Like, I'm happy with how much I'm gonna get from it. I think this is Sour Diesel Blueberry OG Kush. And like, if I hit it back with like a really nice blueberry, like, I think I can sell like a plant that's Sour Diesel Blueberry, that's got a little OG Kush to it. And I think that, like, for a normal person that like wants a plant that's pretty resilient, like, if I can get a good blueberry that's got a lot of Afghani in it, which can really set you up for a good breeding situation. And like, for a person that has no money, get 10 of my seeds, you can end up in a situation where like you can always have weed, especially if you live in a place with really good dirt. And so, like, I have no problem. Like, I am never going to approach the marijuana business as a greedy person, because, like, I want you to like me, and I don't want you to get into Nitro and have, like, that much weed. And then I'm complaining, oh, he bought a Nitro, he stole my genetics. It's like, yeah, I feel like you ripped me off. Like, like only like half my plants worked. I mean, really, like, and like you, I paid for $200 worth of seeds. I never got the seeds. Like, we'll give you pancake breath, 10 of them. They're not, and they're all going to be hermaphrodites. Yeah, instead of the 20 pancake stompers I bought. Yeah, that's the situation there about with me not wanting to be that guy. Like, I just sell my seeds because I'm doing genetics experiments, and I sell my seeds, and then I get angry when a person buys my seeds and wants to breed with them. Dude, I just want to make sure my customers aren't angry at me when they buy them, and I'm not mad at Night Owl Genetics, and I am like very happy with it. And so like I might have like this plant is a male hit with that's been hit with Gorilla Bubble, breeding with a bunch of different. I was thinking Shiva Skunk needs to be hit. I want to breed stable genetics that like you'll never be mad at me about the yield, because I'm a person that understands what it's like to grow weed. And so like when I'm selling seeds, I'm gonna sell seeds that you'll like to grow. And so like yeah, I will have a seed company, and I might get in the marijuana business. I don't know if for sure if I'll have a seed company, because like I'm not gonna actively try to start a seed company unless like someone in Italy is like, hey, I was thinking about getting in the marijuana business. And like I view Italy as like the farms of Europe, like Italy and Ukraine, odd enough. I feel like France grows a lot of wine too, but I feel like Ireland grows a lot of potatoes. Like, but like the very rich farmland's probably Italy. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Keep my fingers crossed. Talk to you guys later.